Welcome back, troops. Let's tab 59. So what am I doing indoors? It's a lovely day out there. I've already been out for my tab. The reason I'm indoors is two reasons why I'm in. It's nice out there. It's lovely and dry and sunny, but Storm Kathleen is blowing a bit of a hoolie, and I know it's going to play up with the mic. Even though I've got this furry badger on it, it's still going to play up. So I wanted to make sure, because it's quite an important video, this one, I wanted to make sure that my voice come over nice and clear. And secondly, I needed to be indoors with the camera propped up because I'm on my own, and I need to be a bit animated for this video. Stay tuned to this video, because at the end, before I end the video, I'm going to tell you about a secret Ministry of Defence, UK Ministry of Defence experiment that happened on the armed forces back in the 1970s. I don't think it's documented anywhere. I've had a look online at various things, and I can't see any trace of this experiment. But I know about it. This call sign, Let's Tab 59, knows about this experiment, and I'm going to expose this experiment today. So stay tuned to the end of this video, and I'll tell you all about it. So as the title of this video suggests then, Squaddie Proof. I want to talk about Squaddie Proof. Now, Squaddie Proof is a term that we use in the UK Armed Forces to describe pieces of kit and equipment that are indestructible. If something's Squaddie Proof, it's indestructible. Mostly our kit is not Squaddie Proof. For example, the SA-80 rifle, that is definitely not a Squaddie Proof piece of kit. So that's where the term Squaddie Proof comes from. Now, there's three pieces of kit, three pieces of equipment that are issued to the British forces that without those three pieces of kit, everything would be nothing would be Squaddie Proof. These three pieces of kit ensure that we can continue to operate. In fact, if a potential enemy wanted to defeat the British forces, then by removing those three pieces of kit, they would achieve that aim. Now, we don't do surrender in the UK, right? The British forces don't like to do surrender. It's a very rare thing that happens when the British forces surrender. You could take away our ammunition, or we could run out of ammunition. You could take away our weapon systems, and we would continue to fight. Bare hands, a bayonet, a shovel, a pickaxe handle, we'd keep scrapping. But if you take away these three pieces of kit, it's over for us. It's end X. So what are these three pieces of kit? Well, first of all, before I go into the three pieces of kit, let me tell you that it doesn't matter what part of the armed forces you're in, what cap badge you are still going to need these three items. So you could be up there, special forces, or you could be right down in the 14th detachment of the mess tin repair unit, or the Women's Auxiliary Balloon Corps. Nothing cushy about those trades. So it doesn't matter what you are. You could be an underwater knife fighter. You're still going to need these three pieces of kit. So what are they? Okay, let's go through them. The first piece of kit, green string. Army issued green string. That has got 101 uses, right? And I don't care what cap badge you are, as I say, what part of the service. When you deploy to the field on operations or exercise or whatever, you're going to be using green string. You're going to be carrying green string. We used to use it to tie our bashers up with. We use it for comms cord, on ambushes, etc. It's got loads of uses, green string. Take that away, we're screwed. The second piece of kit, black nasty. Now, what is black nasty? Well, it's a term we use to describe British Forces masking tape. It comes on a big, shiny roll. It's black, it's quite shiny, and it's really, really tough and sticky. You can tear it, but it's really tough old bit of kit. And we call it nasty because if you stick it to something, and when you take it off, it's going to leave this sticky residue behind. It's black nasty, it's horrible stuff, but it's really good, it's really tough. Again, everyone uses black nasty. It's always going to be, someone's going to have some in their Bergen, or it's going to be in the back of the vehicle. You REME boys, you Royal Electrical Mechanical Engineers, especially you VMs, you know, everything we break, if you can't fix it, get the old black nasty out. That'll sort it out. That'll turn something that's not Squaddie Proof into something that's near enough Squaddie Proof. So black nasty, very, very important. The third bit of kit, elastic bungees. What will we do without elastic bungees? Now, back in the day, we didn't get issued elastic bungees. I mean, they're great. You hook them onto your basher, the corners of your basher to make your shelter with. You strap your webbing up with it. You strap your kit on with bungees. 101 uses again. They say it didn't used to get issued. We used to have to buy them. And sometimes you could only get orange ones or fluorescent bloody yellow ones. And you'd have to like rub cam cream on it or felt pen or something to darken it down. In the 90s, when we started to get issue with PLCE, the personal load carrying equipment, they started to issue a number of bungees with that kit. I can't remember now. I think it might have been 4 or 6 bungees. You got them at different lengths, a couple at different lengths. But that still wasn't enough. You still needed more bungees. So even today, I'm sure any guys serving at the moment, or girls that are serving at the moment, you will have gone into your naffy on camp, and in the back of the naffy, they've got some few bits and pieces they sell you, and amongst that will be bungees hanging up, and you'll buy them bungees because you're always losing them, or they break, or they get nicked, whatever. So you need bungees. So green string, black nasty, and elastic bungees. If an enemy takes those 3 bits of kit away from us, nothing's Squaddie proof, and it's the end. It's over for us. So as I promised then, towards the end of this video, I would tell you about this secret UK Ministry of Defence experiment that was conducted in the 1970s. And I don't think it's documented anywhere, but I'm going to reveal it to you today. So what was it? Well, the Ministry of Defence decided back in the 1970s they needed to find out exactly the level of intelligence at the lowest level of each service personnel in each of the 3 services, Royal Navy, the Army and the Royal Air Force. So he asked for candidates to take part in this experiment, 1 from each service, and they had to whittle them down. And as an incentive to take part in this 7-day experiment, they said that on completion of this experiment, at the end of 7 days, each person would be given £1,000 cash. And that's a lot of money back in the 70s. £1,000 cash and an extra 2 weeks leave. Brilliant. It's just what you want. So we whittled down a short list, and they ended up with the lowest level tradesman rank in the Royal Navy, same in the Army, and same in the Royal Air Force. So we got the 3 guys together and gave them the brief, and the brief was this. They said, we're going to place each of you into an 8-foot by 8-foot prison cell and lock you in for 7 days. In that 7 days, you've got a bed in there, you've got toilet in there, we're going to feed you every day, everything you want, we'll check on you, but everything you want is going to be in that cell for the 7 days, but you can't leave that cell, you're going to be locked in. And I say at the end of the 7 days, we'll release you, £1,000, 2 weeks leave. They then gave each of the personnel 2 ball bearings, steel ball bearings. And they said to them, listen, here's 2 ball bearings, you're locked in there for 7 days, we want you to find out as much as you can about these 2 ball bearings in 7 days. And we'll come back at the end and we'll ask you about your findings. Fair enough, they said. Locked them all up with the 2 ball bearings, locked the doors. 7 days later, the old MOD boffins come down in their white coats with their clipboards to record the findings. They open the first cell door, and it's the Royal Navy lad. Right, son, what have you found out about your 2 ball bearings? He said, I'll tell you what I found out. He said, if I sit my back to the end of the cell on the floor, and I get the 2 ball bearings, and I roll them across the floor, releasing them at the same time, they roll across the floor at exactly the same time, they hit the back wall at the same time, and they rebound and stop at the same position. Therefore, I must conclude that these 2 ball bearings are the same size and the same weight. Marvellous, they said. Here's your £1,000, son, 2 weeks leave, off you go. Brilliant, he's out the door. They go to the second cell, open it up, it's the Royal Air Force lad. So what have you found out about your ball bearings? He said, I'll tell you. He said, if I stand up like this and hold these 2 ball bearings together between my thumb and forefingers at the same height, and I release them from my fingertips like that, they drop at the same speed, they hit the floor at the same time, and they rebound up at the same distance, the same height. Therefore, I conclude these 2 ball bearings are exactly the same size and exactly the same weight. Marvellous. There's your £1,000, son. 2 weeks leave, off you go. They go to the last cell, and it's the Army lad, it's the soldier. They open the door, So what have you found out about 2 ball bearings? And the soldier says, what? Oh, he said, I've lost one and broke the other one. So that was the experiment done for him. Now that soldier, I'd like to say it was me, it wasn't. But here's one of the commenters on here, his name's Robert. He's married to the Strawberry Blonde, call sign 0 Alpha. Robert, the cat's out the bag, mate. Sorry about that. Anyway, troops, thank you so much for watching my stupid videos. Thank you for your support and your lovely, kind comments. Please, if you're watching this for the first time and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider it. I'm not saying do it, I'm saying consider it. Anyway, as always, stay safe. Until the next time, troops, and it won't be long. Let's tab.